Hi guys, welcome to G3D. Today we are going to learn how to create a fish model using this polygon primitives. So first of all, I have to tell one thing that before you are creating this fish model, any kind of model, you have to create one project file. Okay, for that you have to go to this project window, click on this set project and just choose the file location where you want to create. So I have already created one project file over here, so I can easily take this um, the reference image of that kind of whatever model you want to create, the reference image automatically you can put this one into your Maya viewport. Okay, first of all I have to tell how to import that reference image. So all of you know that Maya will have four kind of views in this viewport or view pans. Okay, so here I have got one side view of a small fish, kind of a piranha kind of fish. So I'm going to create a fish model over here. So first I have to click on this view option, this view panel, go to the image plane. Okay, I'll repeat once again, view, image plane, import image. Okay, you'll get this. I have already created one fish model folder over here and reference image. So I took this piranha image over here and I got this image plane. In the former versions we have to the only option we have to scale this reference image or image plane is we have to go to the channel editor and we have to resize it. Over here we have to give the value. Now in the new versions it doesn't have any issue that you can scale it automatically. The image will be the size will be changed accordingly. Okay, so go to the other views like perspective view. You can see this viewport. So the reference image is locating on this the center of this grid. Anyway, we want to create the model at the center of the grid, so we have to remove this or we have to change the view of that reference image. So first of all, I have to move this one. So I'll click on the W tool for move. Okay, just move it back. W is the shortcut of move tool. So go back. So I have to locate this. So I just place it like this. And don't worry that if you are moving this image from the center of the grid, it doesn't seems like scaled again into a small size. So the image will be remain the same. Okay, first I have to move this over here. You can see this in the other views, the image plane is moving. Move over here. You have to place that not exactly, approximately the center. Okay, now I want to keep my reference image into a layer. So what I have to do is I have to go to this layer option. So here you can see one last tool is called creating layer tool. All these things regarding the tools details, you will get the details of the tool over here once you move the cursor everywhere. So the details will be visible on this helpline. Okay, so I will select this. You have to select the reference image and click on this option. Then you can double click on this layer. You can put the name for fish rough. Okay, like that. So I have to save. It will ask for the fish rough is invalid because we cannot remain the space over here. So what I will do, I will put one underscore option. Save it. Okay, now you can see the reference image is placed over here. So once I click on this V options like visibility, see the reference image will disappear. Okay, actually the reference image is located here, but the visibility, once I switched off the visibility, so you cannot see that reference image. And detailed about layer options, I will give you one more tutorial into my YouTube channel. Okay, so I'll just disappear this. Just I don't want to see this over here. Okay, again what I have to do is I have to create one primitive at the center of the grid. So if you go to the shelf bar, you can see that polygon modeling, there are a lot of polygon primitives are located here. Either you have to select from here or you can go to create option. Then you can go to that polygon primitives. You can select any kind of primitives. It is not at all necessary that you have to take a polygon sphere or polygon cube or polygon cylinder. It doesn't there is no such kind of rules for that. You can take any kind of primitives, you can create the 3D model. So first I will do one thing, I'll just create this polygon cube, because all these small primitives, you can see the triangle option is there. So I don't want to create a triangle faces in my polygon, so I just want to create one polygon model, I mean polygon cube. So once I click this, it will create at the center of the grid. Okay, now you can see the polygon cube is available over here. There are two options available, like if you want to create a polygon object over here. If you go to the creative option, if you go to polygon primitives, you can see the interactive creation option is switched off. See, if I go to polygon, this one is, the tick is not there. So I'll click on this, I check this. So now if I click on the option, it will ask, Maya will ask that drag the base on the grid. So I have to drag it and make the polygon cube. So this is another option, you can go for it. So first I will do create options, polygon primitives, make sure that your interactive creation is switched off, because this option is convenient for me, that's why I'm using this. I'll click on this cube again. So my cube is available, so you can see my primitive is over here. So what I have to do is, I have to maintain the shape of I have to follow the shape of the fish and create the fish model. So the first and most important thing is the proportion of the model is very important for a modeler. You have to keep the proportion, and the second thing is you have to follow the span flow. If your span flow like wireframes is not proper, you cannot rig it, you cannot animate it, you cannot even texture it, so your entire model will be spoiled. Okay, so that's why I'm advising you that you have to follow these two rules, like the proportion and the wireframe. So first I have to scale this cube over here. Now go to the other views, like okay, okay, once you go to the other views, you can see the top view, front view, side view and perspective. Perspective is only for the reference, like you have to examine what are the areas, are all the areas are correct, or any problem with this side view, front view, anywhere. So don't go for the perspective for your modeling purpose, just choose this one. So this is only for references. Once you got experience, or once you become expert in this, you can choose this perspective for modeling. Otherwise you cannot expect that your model is in the same proportion. So there will be some mistakes, maybe maybe it will come for your model. So what I'm going to do is, I just want to see the fish model behind, I cannot see that that back side of the fish. Okay, so what I will do is, I'll go to the shading option, I'll click on this X-ray mode. So once you click on this X-ray mode, you can see the back side of the fish reference image. Okay, now the second option is, you want to give the span flow. So how you can give the span flow? Before, everybody know about Maya polygon models, that we have components like vertex, faces and edges. Sorry, vertex, faces and edges. Okay, once you modify this with the components, you cannot do the span flow like from the channel box. So before changing my vertex, face or edges, I'll go to this polygon cube in the channel editor option. So here you can see polygon cube 1, because only one cube is available here. So I'll give the span flow into 2. Height, width, height and depth, everything is 2. So now you can see the split span flow came like 2 to 2 of ratio. So what I'm going to do is, why I am created this, because I want to create the fish that round kind of cylindrical kind of surface over here. Like it's not cylindrical, but I have to do it. So I'll select this. I click on the select on this 4 corners, like this is a front view. You just imagine this is the front view of the fish. Okay, because Here I am using only one reference image. Normally we use two or three reference image, like we have to we can use three top view, front view and side view. Here I have only side view. So what I'm going to do is I just scale this. Don't scale like this. If you scale it through this front way, front view, if you scale it like this, you can see that okay, your model becomes cylindrical shape. But once you check in this perspective, it is not seems like a cylinder kind of thing. Okay, see the vertices, you know this is not proper shape. So what I am advising you is you have to select this, scale it in axis wise. Don't scale it in center axis, scale it in axis wise. So it will be like this. Now you can check through the perspective, it's almost like cylindrical shape. Okay, fine. Now what I'm going to do is you can uniformly scale this. Just move this vertices over here. Okay, I'm going to scale like uniformly. Now I just move this one over here. Okay, here also I'm going to scale this. Okay, now see, this is not like flatten mode. Like this fish, all of you know about piranha fish, like it is not like this kind of shape. So what I'm going to do is I'll select this entire vertices and I scale like this. Okay, you can choose this reference like top view, you can scale, or you can go to the front view, you can scale. So whichever mode is convenient for you, you can choose that mode. Okay, now I slightly scale this and flatten this. Now what I'm going to do is I have to define the span flow. So first thing is, this is my base span flow. So I'll gradually slowly I'll move this like this kind of shape. Okay, once your components are created, you cannot choose for polygon and add more spans. What will happen if I increase the number of spans? The entire model will collapse. So better option is you can go for insert edge loop tool. So all of you know that insert edge loop tool is available on mesh tool. Insert edge loop tool. So once your center span flow is aligned like this, so if you create this span flow over here, this is insert edge loop tool, one of the fantastic tool for creating spans. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to pick the vertices like this. I'll select this two of these vertices, not two, these are three. Now right now you can see the three number of vertices. If you have any doubts about how many vertices are you are selected, you want to check it, you don't need go for checking like any other options. There is one option, it's one easier option is available in the display option, heads up display. There is option called poly count. Okay, if you click on this poly count, you will get the number of number and details of the vertices available in the viewport. Right now I selected these three number of vertices. You can see the number is 3. Okay, so I am going to move like this. Here also I'll move like this. Okay, fine. Now slowly you can add number of vertices over here. So if you go to this side, okay, you can create an insert edge loop tool. So it's a recent tool is available over here. I'll select this slowly and select this vertices and move this over here. Okay, now there is a shortcut called 3 in the keyboard, 3 number. If you click on the 3, you really want to go to this object mode, press 3. you can see the smooth preview of this polygon object. Okay, see, this is the preview. So I feel like this image is disturbing my attention for this polygon modeling. So what I'm going to do is I am going to hide this reference image from the perspective view. Other views I actually required the reference image, and the side view I required the reference image. So most of the people who are not familiar with Maya software, they might have thinking like you can switch off this visibility, so in the perspective reference image will disappear. But at the same time here also the reference image, you cannot see the reference image over here. So what I will do is you can hide the reference image individually according to your viewport. Go to the view, show image plane, Alt 4. If you go to show, click switch off the image plane option, the reference image is disappear from the perspective. If you check over here, the reference image will be there in the side view. So individually, if you want to hide the reference image, go to show option, because once you got this for viewport, you can see individually show options is available over here. So whichever camera you want to switch off the reference image, you go to show, click on the image plane. Okay, now what I'm going to tell, okay, my polygon model is already in smooth mode. Don't ever create the smooth mode, because you can also use this vertex and create in smooth mode, but don't use this method, because finally your model will be collapsed. You cannot predict the shape of the object. This is only for preview. So what you have to do is you have to click on 1. Okay, make sure your span flow is proper. Okay, and place it according to this. Again, I choose this insert edge loop. You have to maintain a equal approximate equal distance for your reference image, because later you can, if you want to change any kind of deformation for your model, it will be easier for you. Otherwise you have to remove the excess span flows. So I just place this. So I think I can also use one more reference, insert edge loop. I'll select these 2 vertices, I'll place it over here. Okay, here also I'll select this one. I want to scale this. You know why I am dragging and selecting this? Only then only I'll get the both sides vertices. If I click on this, it will not select the other side. So for that purpose, I am drag and select over here. So opposite side vertex also will be selected. Okay, now I'm thinking like I have to create the mouth, I have to create the eyes, because here 2 eyes are there. So again I have to model this other side. I have to extrude this portion, I have to create the eye area, all these things. So the better option is you have to delete one side for the fish. I'm going to delete one side. Make sure the tail area is safe. Okay, just delete. Now what you have to do is select this, about the fish model, remove this, control deselect all these things. You can change the area of tail. How it will be, fish tails will be look like this only. So I have to select this area slightly. I am deforming this. It doesn't need that you have to create a model very faster, because in the initial stages you are not supposed to go for fast modeling method. You have to practice a lot, then only you can go for the fastest version for creating model. So automatically it will happen. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'll select this area. Okay, remove this portion. First thing, I have to create the upper jaw. So the only thing is we have divisions is like the center division is available like this only. So in this situation you can opt one more option. Go to insert edge loop. I'll create one more because I want to get the eye portion. Okay, I'll create one more here. So make sure that the fan flows are congested over here. Okay, you can create one more here. Okay, automatically it will come here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the faces, select these faces. Okay, anyway the mouth is opened over here. I'll go for extrude options. So go to edit mesh, click on extrude. Control E is the shortcut, or else you have to go to the shelf, select the mesh, faces, and go to, this is the shortcut key for shortcut icon for extrude, or else we have to go to edit mesh, extrude. So once you click on extrude, you can just drag this portion. See what is happening, extra mesh is coming from the selected face. See, okay, this is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange this. So before arrange this, so this portion I have to delete. Anyway, once my one side of the fish is over, I have to create the duplicate and I have to attach this, stick with this second side, I mean the next side. So this will be a disturbance and problem for me. So that's why I'm selecting this face and I'll delete this. Okay. Once I delete it, I have to place this. You'll be confusing saying this, don't worry. Now what you have to do is go to perspective, just understand that how the vertices are located. Okay, so select the vertices from the perspective, place it like this. Go to the other view. Select the vertices. Okay, now you understood that how it is placed. Okay, it's up to you. You can decide how to place it. So my reference image is very low quality, so you have to adjust the vertices like this. Okay, once I create like this, so I have a remaining portion over here. So you can see the area is like this, the embossing part. So I have to select this insert edge loop tool. Just I click on here. It's already 23 minutes are over. Okay, I'll move this. The area seems like this area seems like a little bit. You click on tree and then let's check the smooth version. Okay, fine, no problem. It seems like this. Fine. So what I'm going to do is I have to create this lower jaw also. So these areas are out of this reference image. I have to arrange this. Okay, I'm not going to give this detail one because in this kind of detail one you have to go for high poly model, or you have to depend on ZBrush kind of things, or sculpting, all these kind of things required. So that kind of classes I will give you later for the other tutorials. First of all, this is the basic version of modeling method. So I have to arrange all the span flow one by one. That is very important. So every time it is happening, like your span flow will have some errors, and what will happen, like the entire model will spoil. Like if your texturing artist is going to unwrap this, it will not work. Texture will not locate on this your model properly. So I'll select this, move a little bit, so I can place this on the lip of the character, like okay. Now one more span this place, so it will help you to fantastic, like this is this thing. I move here. The first step itself I have to locate this eyes. Anyway, so we are going to select the lower jaw, lower jaw. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll keep a mark over here. I'll keep an extra span over here. So what I'm going to do is I want to create manually, because I don't want to extend my span flow till the tail. So what I'm going to do is I'll click on this mesh tool. I'll choose this multi-cut option. So in the former version, this is like split polygon tool. Now it's using like multi-cut options. Like click on this, you can manually create the span. So I'll stop here. You know why? Because I don't want to extend from here. Later we'll do the completion. Like now my first priority is create the lower jaw. So I just click on this, give extrude. Like you can go to edit mesh, extrude options. So I choose from this shelf option. Now extrude, and we'll just move this over here. Okay, the same problem will come here. We'll delete this one, and make sure in the top view, if you go to the top view, you can see the jaw, lower jaw. Okay, before extruding this, I'm extremely sorry, I have to manage this. See, there is a mistake over here. This is not like the fish mouth. What I'm going to do is go to the perspective, vertex, go to the top view, slightly move it like this. Now I select this three, slightly move like this. Okay. It's almost done. Okay, look at the span flow, keep it clean and proper. Okay, now I select these faces. See these faces? Click on extrude. Just slowly move it. Keep this over here. Go to the perspective. Delete these two faces because this is not required. Okay, now you have to check this top view. You can see that jaw is there, but your characters, all these characters, lower jaw will be smaller than upper jaw. I mean that it will cover this, will comes under this. Once it is closed, comes under this upper jaw. So I have to maintain the space. So in the beginning stage itself, I'm going to maintain the space. No, it's okay. It's not coming out from this. Not good. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, place this. Okay. Go to the perspective. Select these three. Place it little bit backward. Select the middle three vertices. Now you got that alignment almost. Okay, you can arrange it according to this stance. Now you can place this Now you can define the depth of your piranha's mouth. What I'm going to do is I'll select the faces 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll select these two also. Faces. Okay, these two also. What I'm going to do is keep extrude. Do not move this anywhere. Once you extrude this, you can see the offset value. Can you see the offset option? Just click on this area, give 0.1. Give this too small. Just give 0.01. Okay, 0.04. That's good, I think. Okay, fine. Offset. Now move inside and select these vertices, and faces, or you can select these vertices slowly. Move it back, or you can, it's not required actually. I'm going to delete this. Delete these faces. Delete it. You can directly delete using keyboard option. So once this area is covered, now you can see the area of this polygon. Slightly move this. Okay. Now you can go to insert edge loop. Create one edge over here. Okay. Select the number of vertices one by one. Why I am doing this? I just want to create the depth of mouth. That's why I am doing like this. If you click on this 3 option, you can see the depth. You can move the place of this vertices accordingly, so then you will get I'm not going to create in smooth mode because finally it will create some problem. So I'll select this, just slightly move this one. One more vertex is hiding over here. I'll move this one also. Okay, now in this area also you can follow the same option. Select this, extrude, give the offset value like before. I'll give 0.04. okay, I'll delete this one. Oh my god, I'll delete this one and I'll select these faces, just slightly pull it back, or you can go for extrude again, so that will be better I think. Extrude again, just pull it back, you'll get the depth. Delete this face, so your piranha's mouth will have a depth over here. Okay, Now what is this kind of step? I don't want to see this. Just select this and blend it like this. Okay, now you go and see. You can see the depth for this mount. Oh god, what is this? Okay, now I'm going to create the insert edge loop because I want to maintain the space over here. And select these three and the span flow like this. If you really require, you can add two more over here. Okay, and one more over here also. This thing will be like an embossed one. Okay, no problem. We'll manually pull it out. Okay, so almost the basic shape for mouth is over. Now I am going to select this eye portion. Select these four vertices, faces, extrude, give to offset option, 0.1. Okay, now this one will be like this. Once I give offset value over here, it will come like this. Now what you have to do is you have to create the vertices, or you have to select these four faces, go to edit mesh. There is an option called circularize. If you click on this circularize, the entire face will be change the shape into a circle. Now there will not be a problem, just scale this. Okay, place it like this, just tilt. Okay, now we want to select these vertices slightly, or I will click on this edge option, double click on this edge, so entire loop will select. Just double click, control right click, two vertices, slightly rotate this because I want to see the eye of the fish like this, not like that. Yes. Then what I'm going to do is I will select this edges. Once again, it is not compulsory that you have to extrude face only. You can extrude edge also. Extrude it, click on this global option, selection option, select the vertices like this and edges like this. Now what I'm going to do is I will create one small sphere because I want to create the fish eye. Just rotate this into the 90 degree. Okay, I don't want this much of spans, so I'm going to give 15 or 12. Okay, select the half portion, delete it. Now you have only half a sphere, place it. Okay, scale it. Okay, slightly move it aside. So I'm going to select this option like 4 and rotate it according to the body of the fish. Okay, slightly scale this. Make sure it is placed properly inside view. Once this one is over, you have to add one more loop over here and inside this. So what you can do is, once you create a span flow inside this, you can scale it. It will cover the eye portion, and double click on these edges. Slowly move the edges over here. Okay, this eye also. Select these edges. Click one more edge over here using insert edge loop tool. Slightly move it outside. If you press C 3 and just check this one, how it will be. Okay, the eyes seems like you will get this depth. If you really want to remove this depth, you can select these points and move this out. Okay. It's okay. And so okay, I'm sorry. Now what I'm going to do is, I want to get this kills like this cover. So what I'll do, you people have to tell me how to create this. I'll select this. Wait. I'll go to this insert edge loop, create one span flow over here, and one more over here, because I want a supporting span. Vertex, move these vertices like this according to this one. Keep like this. Okay, this one start from here. I'll move this. So slowly you have to place this, blend this span flow. Okay, once this is over, you can place these spans like this. So why I am creating like this, because now there is an option like this. So I want to extrude and move out from this place. So what I will do, there is a triangle on the inside area over here. You can see this, right? What I am going to do is, I just want multi-cut tool and start creating, split that pieces like this and join with this portion. So you can see entire area is four-sided faces except this triangle. So I want to remove this triangle, so I'm going to click split this center of this line and join with this. So there will not be a triangle. So it is better that you can avoid the triangles in a quadrangle model. Okay, sometimes it will affect your model. If you are exporting this one into 3D, ZBrush or something like that for sculpting. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'll just slightly move this inside and just move like this. Again, I am telling you, if you are not comfortable with your modeling, if you are beginners, don't go for perspective, go to the side or front view. Okay, I'm using this because I'm convenient. Now if you click on the three options, check this this portion. See, depth is visible. Now what I'm going to do, I want to give again split polygon tool. I feel like this is that area is feel like empty, like I'm going to start one extra line from here. I'm going to end it like the same way which I have done before. I'm going to join this triangle option to this portion. Then only I can create this this depth. If you go for 3, you can see the depth is visible. Okay, now my next step. What is my next step? I'm not going to create entire hills like this. If you really want, you can. What I'm going to do, one area is over, so I have to place this according to the reference image. Okay, almost done. Now, which part is the second one? This one, from here, 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 here. Okay, so I think I can add one more span. Go to insert edge loop. So if you really feel like this is congested, don't go for it. I'll give you one option, like you can press 4. Sorry, it's in 4 already. I'll select this eye portion, click on this, I'll double click, give eye, save, hide it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, my problem is I want to create a depth over here. So I'll go to multi-cut, far better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. From here I'll go upward, join over here. Then this corner I'm going to select this and I'll join with this one. And don't think that this one is triangle. This is not triangle. Actually the edge is there. From the side view it seems like triangle. Okay, now the gills are there. Okay, so what I will do next, if I create one more span over here, it will affect my model. I'm going to create span over here. Okay, then what is the solution for this? One more. Select the vertices. No, this one, no. Select these vertices slightly pull it inside. Now it's up to you that you can move like this. It will give more depth for this kills. You can, if you really want, you can also add one more span here also. Okay, so how means this area seems very thin, like there is no depth for this. Remove it. Okay. So if I want to create one depth over here, you know what I will do? I will start from here. I'll go to multi-cut. I found one space over here. I'll click like this and join. Come back to this place slowly. No, not this place. I'm sorry. From here. Here I can change the route like this. You can join with this, and there is a triangle over here. While creating this one, select this and join this. No triangle over here, so you can define the depth of this portion. Okay, select like this. See, I'm sorry, I forgot the I. +1. Now I am planning to create the fins like on the top. This is a single one, this is also single, this is also single, so this one will be double. So what I have to do is double one I can define, like go to insert edge loop, click on loop, second one, third one, like that. And I really want to create this portion, so what I'll do and select the faces of this portion, these two portions. I'll extrude it. Go to the offset value 0.1. Okay, go to the global options. Okay, if you really want to make it circularized, you can go for circularized. Okay, it will help you to adjust this. Now I select these 3-4 faces, extrude, just move it out, scale it, place it, over here. So in the starting level itself, you have to place it according to the, change the number of vertices. Go to the side view, select this upper 3 vertices, select the lower 3, place it like this. Okay, so it seems like not proper. You have to place this because we don't have a front view, so that's why in the reference I'm using this area. Now for the softness, if I smooth this, it looks like this. So I just want to give that depth. So go to insert edge loop, give 1, 2, 3 and one more over here for the supporting area. Press 3. Now it's like okay. Now what I'm going to do, I don't want to, yeah, here also there is one area. First of all, I'll just create one span over here so that I can locate this area, and let us check this portion, right? So what I'm going to do is go to multi-cut option. So it's multi-cut. Yeah. Press Y for repeating. No, don't look good. Press insert edge loop, create one loop. From here I want to give multi-cut here to here to here. Now I can select these two corners, connect with this, so then there will not be a n-sided option. So now you got these 4 faces. Select the face. Oh my god, face. I'm sorry. Select these faces, extrude, offset 0.1. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Extrude. I think this is not proper. This is, go to this multi-cut. You know why I'm doing this? I want to get this area. I think this is a little bit worse one. Like, select this. Oh, these two faces. Extrude, offset 0.1. Now extrude it once again. Just go to the global axis, meet outside, I'm creating this one because these fins will be two for every fishes. If you observe this, you can find that, you know. So let's loop, place the loop, tail next. So that area is over. What I am going to do is select these places, extrude. Now select this place. If you extrude an area, so what you see that here the faces are created again. So I select all these things one by one, click delete. Okay, now the tail seems like thicker one, so I want to make it thin. Like slightly I'll move this in the side view like this, and the second area, like select all these things from here to here, slightly I'll move. Okay, now select the entire tree like one by one. I'll move this, move it over here. Okay, the next one, place it over here. The next one, place it over here. Next one, place it over here. Next over here. So this will be like the center of this. Okay, you can move this again to feel like, you know, the tail area is very thin. Okay, now add spans. Like if you want to define this area, you can define, like place that. If I zoom it over and over, you cannot find that fleshy area because this fin till here, that fish you know, body will be here. From here only tail starts to the end. Okay, I'll select this all the vertices. What I'm going to do is select inserted loop, click one span and two. Okay. Now if you really want to give the depth for the tail over here, what you have to do is you have to pull this area. Now add one more loop over here. Okay, and again one more in the middle of this. Now select these vertices, in the middle of this loop, slightly pull it inside. Now if you press 3, you can see the depth very clearly. Okay. Sorry. So my model is almost over. So what I'm going to do is I want to duplicate this area over here. So before duplicating these portions, I just want to tell you one thing, that if you duplicate this, because you can already so that all this area I tweaked a lot, like you cannot predict like the entire area will be closed. So I want to get the mirror options, like go to this option, select the edges. First thing I am telling you, for duplicating your model, whatever you are going to create, fish or any organic model you are going to create, if you want to duplicate it, so before mirror it, before you want to do one procedure, that's what I'm telling you. Just double click on this border edges. These edges is called border edges. Double click on this border edges, make sure the entire border edges are selected. Okay, press 3 or 4. Good. I am just hide my grid. You can see that entire border edges is selected. Control right click, go to vertices, two vertices, so the entire vertices will be selected. Now what you have to do is you have to go to the top view or side view. Better is top view. Go to the top view. You can see some areas are inside this grid, some areas are exactly on the tip of this. So I want to make every edges in the same direction, like and half portion is cut out from the if you cut an apple or something like with a knife, you can see that exactly half portion will be separated. So I just want my model like that only. So what I'm going to do is first of all I will go to move tools options, double click. Okay, just go to move tool, double click that option, go to move snap settings. You can see retain component spacing option is there. Just switch off this. I don't want to get this retain component spacing. Now I am going to snap that option. Snap to grid option is available here. Either you can click over here or press X. If you press X key, you can see that it's not yes, it's X for Xmas. So if you click on this X key, you can snap it like one step forward and come to backward. So that problem will be clear. Now entire area will be in same grid. Okay, before that you can see it will be like this. See, be like this. I want to make it in an arrangement. So go to the move tool option, move snap settings, switch off the retain component spacing option. Now press X, move this like. Now what you have to do is you have to duplicate this or you have to mirror this. So I left all these fins because I want to create once I finish my mirror option. So what I'm going to do is I'll just select this, go to mesh, mirror option, option box. You can find the axis. So which is the opposite axis? This is X axis. So X axis is already selected over here, minus value is there. Make sure your merge border vertices option is done. If your merge border vertices is not done, the vertex will not be merged. So once it is over, plus apply, your fish will come. First you have to do is, this is called merge threshold, like the vertices value for merging each other, individual vertices, make it 0.01. Make it 0.01. Now what you have to do, that area is over. Now you have to select the vertices, select these spaces, the top 2, 3, just click on this, place it like this. Guys, I forgot to say one thing, that whatever you are doing, you have to save your files. File, go to file, save scene as, or save. Control S is the shortcut key. I'm going to save my file fish. one for backup. Okay, now you have to arrange it. Define the border of this screen. So you can use that. I'm just telling you the basics of modeling. This are the base models, how to create. If you want more details, you can add more spans and more number of spans, and you can give the details, because here the fin's shape is different. So I'm going to insert loops over here. I'll select this top vertices, scale it. Right, you can scale it. One more loop here. Just scale it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is here one more. We have to maintain this space. Like this. Okay, we have enough space for spans. Face. Drag and select these faces, then only the opposite side face also will be selected. Each of this reference image, select all these faces. Okay, now extrude. Always try to get that. This is local axis, according to the face direction only it will comes out. So go to this option. This is global axis. And the global axis you have to move this like this. Now what you have to do is select all the center points, vertices. Now it will be very easy for you to okay, go to insert edge loop. I think you notice that the only important tools I've used for this modeling method is insert edge loop tool and extrude. Vertex like Photoshop, you can use this lasso tool over here. So click lasso tool. Okay. It's almost getting finished. Guys, I'm telling you that if you really want to know about any modeling tricks or techniques, like whatever characters you want to know, how to create, please comment in my comment box, so I can give you that classes according to that. And please don't forget to subscribe my channel and click on that bell icon for other notification, because I'm planning to create one more tutorial about texturing the same character, same piranha model in an easiest way. So using Photoshop, Unfold 3D and ZBrush also. So if you really want to get that tutorials, please subscribe my channel. Okay, now I'm going to finish the last portion. This is my last portion. I'll select vertices. Face. Extrude. Scale this. Okay, you can add one more insert loop. Here. So if you press smooth option, so okay, I forgot to add this eye over here. So an easiest way to place this eye over here in an exact way is first you have to go to the middle of the grid, especially in the front view. So you can see the value of this. So I have to freeze all this value. Like what I have to do is go to modify, freeze the values. So the values will be freezed. Don't go for reset. If you go for reset, what will happen is that object will place into the first value in the center of the grid. Okay, so don't go for reset, go for freeze transformation. Okay, once it is freezed, press 4 for wireframe. Now you have to check the pivot options, like pivot where it is located. So what you have to do is you have to locate the pivot in the center of the grid. So this, you can see one thick lines over here. So in the center of the grid, what I have to do is I have to press D. If you press D, your pivot will be free. Then you have to click on this snap to grid or press X. Okay, if you press X, you can go to snap to grid. Now you can move this option and place it in the center. Okay, so now your pivot point is in the center, center of this. Now you can rotate like this. So what I'm going to do is I'll press Ctrl D for duplicate, edit, duplicate, Ctrl D, press Ctrl D, then give value. What is the value? X axis. So I have to place this one in the minus X axis value, scale minus X. Oh my god, why this is coming like this? Not in the center. Yeah, it's not in the center. Dx. Now it's in the center. Minus. Now your eyes are properly placed at the center. Now you can see the piranha base model according to the reference image. You go to the show, viewport, shading, wireframe on shaded. So you can see the wireframe also. You can check the wireframe also. So there will be mistakes. I'm not saying that my model is perfect, but this is the easiest way, one of the easiest way you can learn modeling. If you really want to learn modeling, please comment me so I can help you with the links and I can help you with the tutorials. So thank you for the support. So in the next time we can see how to create the texture of this character, I mean this piranha model, how to give the teeth and all. So let us see how to create the teeth and the entire texture details in the next tutorial. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial. Thank you.